Hi everyone, I'm Dean Pogus, and this is my audience. Did you know, according to the National Alliance on Mental Illness, 1 in 4 college students has a diagnosable illness? Did you also know that half of college students have reported being so anxious that their grades were negatively affected? These statistics show a problem across college campuses, and it is the mental health of their students. As a college student, I know how tough it can be to balance being a full-time student with other obligations as well. With mental health being discussed more and more, there is now an increased demand for mental health services. But what are schools doing to meet this demand? Today, I will be talking about the mental health of college students and why college counseling centers should receive more funding and be prioritized. College is often considered the best years of your life, but they are also some of the most trying years of your life. And it doesn't help that mental illness has not been widely discussed until recently. According to the National Association on Mental Illness, 60% of students reported seeking help for their mental illness, leaving 40% that don't do anything about it at all. Darcy Grutadaro, Director of Advocacy and Public Policy at the National Alliance on Mental Illness, says, "We are not talking about mental illness enough. It is still a taboo topic." According to the American College Health Association, only 12% of students with anxiety or depression reported seeking counseling. In 2015, however, the Center for Collegiate Mental Health reported an increase in students seeking their services, which is a positive sign. Unfortunately, many schools' counseling centers lack the funds necessary to accompany this increase in demand. College counseling centers are not typically prioritized when it comes to funding for many schools, and as a result, services tend to be lacking. Take Ball State University as an example. In the student publication Ball Bearings, there is an article that says that students contribute more to the budget for intercollegiate athletics than the funding for health and counseling centers combined. According to the Ball State Daily News, the counseling center has been criticized in the past for not meeting the demands of their students. And also, they state that less than half of their staff is full-time. Ellen Lucas, Associate Director of Consulting and Psychological Outreach at Ball State, says it takes 2 weeks to schedule an appointment. Ball State offers free attendance at any sporting event for all students. However, with the wait time taking 2 weeks, it shows that these free events do come at a price. 2 students decided to do something about this, and last semester they started a campaign advocating for more free therapy and less free football. They put stickers all across campus in the shape of a pill saying this slogan. According to the Daily News, Nikki Abel and Savannah Cousins did this in order to spread awareness of the issue of mental illness and the need for more counseling services. Ball State is not the only school with this problem. This is also seen at Saginaw Valley State University. According to the Valley Vanguard, 1,324 students used the counseling center for 3,048 appointments in the 2015-16 school year. They have 2 full-time counselors, 1 part-time counselor, 1 faculty psychologist, and 4 master-level interns, with the faculty psychologists and interns only working 16 hours a week. The Valley Vanguard also says that Saginaw Valley's enrollment that year was 9,766 students, and 1 in 10 students had visited the counseling center that year. Therefore, the ratio of full-time faculty to student appointments is 1 to 1,000. Meanwhile, there was a $12 million renovation of the campus library approved that year, as well as the president receiving a 7.3% raise in his salary. Also, since 2014, $20 million has been put towards renovating the school's rec center. As seen in the examples of Ball State and Saginaw Valley, there's been an increased effort in erasing the stigma of mental illness, and therefore an increase in the demand for more counseling services. However, many schools are not equipped to handle this increase. According to the Center for Collegiate Mental Health, of the 139 schools surveyed, 50.4% are accredited by the International Association of counseling services. Also, only 30.9% of schools have no psychiatric services. The solution to this problem can be stated simply: college counseling centers need more funding. However, this solution is a tough one to execute. Schools must follow the examples set by Georgetown and Penn State. According to the USA Today, Ben Johnson, a student at Georgetown University, managed to get the board of directors to increase funds spent on mental health resources. As a student EMT, he saw more of the thing no one was talking about, as opposed to physical illnesses. As a result, he decided to fight for better resources, and now college counseling appointments no longer cost $85 per appointment. He also started a peer counseling service, which allows students to talk about their problems in a safe space. In the case of Penn State, they managed to hire more counselors, and they implemented a student fee that directly funds mental health services, according to USA Today College. In summary, there is a growing demand for mental health services across college campuses, which few schools satisfy. With funds going towards other things, like at Ball State with their free attendance at sporting events, counseling services are not often seen as a top priority. As a result, the wait time between appointments is 2 weeks. In the case of Saginaw Valley State, their ratio of full-time faculty to student appointments is 1 to 1,000, which is only acceptable for larger schools, according to Ben Locke, Senior Director of Counseling and Psychology Services at Penn State. Schools need to follow in the footsteps of Georgetown and Penn State, whether it be adding more full-time employees or building in a student fee specifically for mental health services. These changes are crucial to improving what is available for all students affected by mental illness. And again, here's my audience.